In a quiet Catholic hospital in South Korea lived a kind and selfless priest named Sang. He was devoted, humble, and loved by everyone. Every day, he prayed for the sick, wishing he could take away their pain. One day, he heard about a deadly virus spreading in Africa that killed people within days. And so, out of pure faith and compassion, Sang volunteered to test an experimental vaccine on himself. He wanted to save others, even if it meant risking his own life. The experiment went horribly wrong. Sang fell sick, coughing blood, body covered in blisters, his life slowly slipping away. Doctors declared him dead. But then something impossible happened. He came back, alive, breathing, stronger than before. The people called it a miracle. They believed God had blessed him. But in truth, he had become something else entirely. He could hear heartbeats through walls. He healed instantly. And yet, he felt a burning thirst, a craving for human blood. He tried to resist. He drank hospital blood secretly, praying for forgiveness after every sip. But each night, the hunger grew stronger. One day, while visiting a childhood friend, Sang met Taeju, the friend's wife. She was young, beautiful, and lifeless, trapped in a dull, suffocating marriage. Her husband was weak, her mother-in-law was cruel, and her world felt like a prison. When Sang saw her, something inside him broke. He felt compassion at first, but soon something darker, desire. He tried to fight it, he prayed, he avoided her, but Taeju, lonely and desperate, began to draw closer to him. She whispered, "You're the only one who sees me." And under the pale moonlight, a priest broke his vow. They kissed, trembling with guilt and hunger, beginning a love that would damn them both. Their affair burned like wildfire. Secret meetings, whispered promises, trembling hands. But as their love grew, Sang's control vanished. He confessed his secret to her, that he was no longer human. Instead of fear, Taeju felt excitement. She said softly, "Then take me with you." They became inseparable, a priest and a woman bound by blood and sin. But Taeju's heart was darker than his. She hated her husband. She wanted freedom at any cost. And soon, she convinced Sang to give it to her. One night, Taeju telling him she couldn't live with her husband anymore. Blinded by love and pity, Sang did the unthinkable. He took the man to a riverbank and ended his life. The priest had now become a murderer. He told himself it was mercy, but deep inside, he knew he had crossed the final line. After her husband's death, her mother-in-law is also sick, bedridden and unable to speak. Taeju moved in with Sang. Sang transformed Taeju into him. Taeju also became a vampire. They lived in isolation, feeding on blood, trying to create their own world of love and immortality. But love turned to obsession. Taeju grew cruel, hunting humans for blood. Sang begged her to stop. He wanted to control their thirst. She wanted to indulge it. She laughed and said, "You can pray all you want, Father, but you're no longer a priest. You're my vampire now." And she said, "It's not a crime for a fox to eat a chicken." The next day, she is very sick. Sang, unable to do anything, brings a doctor home. Then, he has to feed her. Sang is starting to get worried about the life he wants and the life he is getting. At that moment, the old woman's relatives come to visit the house. Then Taeju tells the old woman that it is time to sleep, and she lifts the whole sofa. Her relatives are also shocked. Then the meeting turns into a terrifying game. The woman's relatives also run away from Taeju in fear, but Sang is unable to save her. Their paradise became a nightmare filled with blood, lies, and guilt. One morning, Sang realized there was no choice left. He couldn't save her and he couldn't save himself, so he made a final decision. He took Taeju on a drive far away to the edge of the sea. I threw the car keys into the sea. The sun was about to rise. Taeju screamed, "No, I don't want to die." But Sang held her hand gently. He whispered, "We've sinned enough. Let's stop here." As the sunlight broke across the horizon, Their skin began to burn. Smoke rose. Teju's screams turned to silence.
Sang closed his eyes peaceful, almost pain-free. And together, they turned to ashes, lovers consumed by the light.